She had the smile of an angel, the poise of royalty, and the life every woman dreamed of. But no one saw the bruises beneath the makeup, or the secrets behind the smile, until the night the mask finally shattered, and blood stained the marble floor. Meet Clarissa Lane, the darling of daytime television. A former beauty queen turned talk show host, Clarissa was America's sweetheart. Her syndicated show, Clarissa Connects, reached millions. Her charity work earned her humanitarian awards. She was on People magazine's Most Inspirational Women list 3 years in a row. And beside her, Marcus Hale, billionaire tech mogul, Forbes cover model, and founder of Hale Core Industries. Together, they were the power couple: beauty, brains, and billions. They lit up red carpets, hosted charity galas, and posed for glossy magazine spreads. But what no one knew, what even her closest friends missed, was that the empire they built was rotting at the foundation. Their love story began at a Silicon Valley fundraiser. She was the keynote speaker. He was the silent benefactor in the front row. Sparks flew. Cameras flashed. 3 months later, Marcus proposed on a private island off Santorini. The ring. A 12-carat sapphire wrapped in diamonds. The wedding. A $4 million televised event dubbed The Royal Affair. Oprah attended. So did 3 senators and half of Hollywood. Clarissa once said in an interview, "He makes me feel seen, safe, like I can finally exhale." But hindsight tells another story. Because while the world saw passion, Clarissa was quietly slipping into a prison. Behind the high walls of their Malibu mansion, things were different. Staff noticed the tension. The cameras always turned off just before the arguments began. Marcus, sources say, had a controlling streak. Her emails, monitored. Her wardrobe, approved by his assistant. Her show, slowly censored under the guise of image protection. And then came the rumors of affairs. Not hers, his. A 23-year-old intern, a Swedish model, an anonymous masseuse in Vegas. But Clarissa stayed. She always smiled, always defended him, until she couldn't anymore. In public, they danced at galas. In private, Clarissa cried herself to sleep. Behind closed doors, Marcus's charm turned sharp. One friend described it as death by 1,000 cuts. Not physical at first, emotional, gaslighting, isolation, rage followed by roses, threats masked as concern. Clarissa's assistant, who later testified, said, "She would come into the studio looking flawless, but there were days I saw her hands tremble as she signed autographs." The smile never cracked. Until it did. On the night of October 14th, Clarissa was seen leaving a charity gala alone, an unusual move. Just hours later, a 911 call came in from the Hale estate. The dispatcher's voice shook as she repeated the report. "There's blood everywhere. The woman says she stabbed him, says he hit her, says he was going to kill her." Marcus Hale was found lying in the foyer, a single kitchen knife wound to the chest. Clarissa was in a silk robe, blood on her arms, mascara streaking her cheeks. Her words to the officers: "I didn't mean to. I just couldn't breathe anymore." The world exploded. Headlines. Tears behind the smile. Talk show star accused of murder. Clarissa Lane, victim or villain. From power couple to police tape. The trial lasted 4 months. Intimate emails were leaked. Audio of Marcus screaming surfaced. A hidden journal of Clarissa's was read aloud in court. One entry read, "He told me if I ever left, he'd ruin me. That no one would believe a woman who smiles for a living." The prosecution painted her as calculating. The defense revealed a woman cornered by years of emotional torment. In the end, the jury deliberated for 6 hours. Clarissa was acquitted of murder but convicted of involuntary manslaughter. She served 2 years in a correctional facility, now lives quietly under a new name in upstate New York. Marcus was buried in a private ceremony. Just 20 people attended. His company dissolved 6 months later after internal scandals surfaced. The last public image of Clarissa? A single photo snapped outside the courtroom, her hands over her face, tears falling behind a smile she could no longer fake. Do you think fame made things worse? Did the spotlight blind us to her silent cries for help? Was it self-defense, or the slow unraveling of a woman under pressure? Let us know what you think. Would you have stayed as long as Clarissa did? Drop a comment below, because sometimes the truth hides behind the brightest smile. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, so you never miss another story where passion turns deadly. This was Tears Behind the Smile.